Hi, I'm Chris from AirWindows, and I have been very busy lately doing a bunch of things, of which I will tell you lots more when the time comes. But what I'd like to tell you about today is a little plugin called Noise. This is out of the collection the collection of originally for pay plugins that were sold through Kagi. And I have ambitions of doing a more stripped down and programmery kind of version of this one because I'm trying to get the open source initiative going. But for now, let me just show you what it is. Sounds like noise, huh? And we've got it on the background of this music. Now, what noise is it's using code from something that used to be called Voice of the Starship. And Voice of the Starship did a thing where you had a continuous noise going on, and you could set different kinds of settings which will help control how it gets its sounds. Like, this is a sort of sparkly one. We do have a range in here where we can start rolling it off a little bit. And it's sort of a vaguely rain-like sound. But low shape controls the algorithm through which it's using the noise. Listen closely. A different texture. A lot of these wind up being very similar to these ones. Low shape means you get increasingly low frequency behavior as it works. This was originally designed to do a sort of surf noise. And because we have these cutoffs so high, it's just going to continually go. If you automated this or triggered it right, you could get a ocean-like sound out of it. But we can get one like that with the decay. One of the ideas is this could be a sort of snare reinforcement kind of thing. Noise, as it was finally sold, ended up being sort of a noise generator with a bunch of knobs on, and you can control it in these ways. Look, here's a really short decay. And it sounds like this because it's running on Alien Kittens. Yeah, I know, this is much improvement over that, I'm sure. But there's an interesting trick this does. Hear this? The weird thing about this algorithm is I'm not really quite sure how it's doing these EQs. I don't have formal EQs programmed into it, so here's the deal. This control is an averager on the end of it. It'll get it a lot darker. But check this out. It also applies to dry. And the idea is, if you needed to have the added noise and the background sound blend together, the distance applies to both, so you can kind of combine them. And of course I can throw it on a voice. We can have a sort of thumpy quality going on. If that's too much lows, we can change the low shape. So essentially this is, as promised, since we made it over, what, $600, $700, something like that. As promised, this is one of the ones from the middle of the list that I'm putting out. And I do intend to also have other variations on it that might work better for just noise source generators. If you want to do a noise source generator, what you can do is turn the cutoffs to full crank and the decay to full crank, and you should get a pretty continuous sound. It may still become quiet again once you're finished. And distance helps tame the highs again. There's a big range on that decay. Anyway, that's noise. That's noise as it was last seen as a Kageshower product for $50. It's not $50, it's free. And that's because I'm supported by Patreon. And you'll forgive me for being a little bit confused. Not only did I have family concerns that I think everybody's up to speed on, but also I'm still having to be engaged with that a little bit. And I'm also frantically in the middle of a whole bunch of projects. For instance, here's a project. I'm going to combine this microphone with some bits, let's see. I built into this and make it be a sealed box and turn it into a kick drum mic that I can wire together with some of my other kick drum mics using some potentiometers so that I can have a stereo recording. There's a lot going on. I will be making videos of that, and you can follow that project. I also have other projects. These are CD4049 UBE chips. I am going all modular, and that's a very exciting transition. And my hope is to release affordable sort of do-it-yourselfer type kits to patrons. If you needed to wire, I'm going to be making some actual electronics, and not just the Eurorack mixer, the mixer that's designed to be kind of like console. I have a lot of irons in the fire right now, but the rewards may be great, so I'll just keep the plugins going. Here is noise. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be trying to bring people Eurorack stuff that they can put together at cost, and I'll probably also be auctioning off my sort of demos and the stuff that I build to work out how the things work. Those will be handmade, so I'm going to kind of have to auction them off because I simply don't have the time to do more than just one or two of them. Anyways, as you can see, I'm mighty busy, so I'll catch up with you later. And Purist Drive is coming in the beginning of February. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.